Hundreds of refugees arriving here in the United States in the week after a federal court blocks the president's temporary immigration order. But our next guest claims our vetting process has kept us safe, and the greatest security lessons come from our own wars. Here to explain is the author of the book, War, the After Party, Brian Gruber.
Thank you, Steve. It's a privilege to be here.
It's great to have you as well. So, you know, the president has made a big deal out of extreme vetting.
Yeah.
He says it's a great thing, and there are some on the political left who say, we really don't need it. We need to let these refugees in. What's your message?
I think anyone saying that would be stupid. Of course, we should not just let people in. We should do largely what we've been doing, possibly with some tweaks, where over the last 18 to 24 months, you have to go through a very difficult process to get in this country. The question for me is, what's extreme vetting?
Well, sure.
And should we be fair to people of all faiths and occupy the rule of law?
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, the #1 country that the refugees have come from to the United States since the temporary ban was, it was halted by the courts, was Syria.
Yeah.
Syria is a place where when ISIS rolled in, they took all the blank passports. We don't know who a lot of these people are.
Yeah, of course, when we look over the last 10 years and look at the number of terrorist incidents in the United States that were carried out by Syrian refugees or Iraqi refugees or Somali or Yemeni, the answer to that would be 0. So let's be diligent, let's protect ourselves, but let's look at our immigration policies and not do things that, by the way, will alarm people in the Muslim world.
All right, so you went to all these hotspots, nations that have had civil wars, wars of various lengths, to figure out what?
I think, what are we doing that's working? What are we doing that's not working? So I thought, why don't I do a citizen audit? Why don't I strap on a backpack, do a Kickstarter campaign, fly to Guatemala City, travel around the world, and go to these places that we've been in the last 50 or 60 years, and simply ask with no preconceived notions, do we achieve the mission that our leaders in government tell us we're going to achieve? And what are the real costs, human and financial costs, on both sides of the gun barrel?
All right, what'd you find?
Well, I found generally violence rarely achieves desired political objectives. I mean, all the people I know are not Pollyannas. Most people I know are not pacifists. They think we should have the most powerful military in the world. In the back of the book, I quote Gore Vidal, who called us the United States of amnesia. We don't remember anything before Monday morning.
Why are you getting into another war? The last one didn't work out.
That's right. So let's be willing to engage in the world. Let's have the strongest military in the world. But let's see what's working and what's causing big, ugly, unanticipated consequences, not the least of which are tens of thousands of wounded Americans.
Interesting stuff. Check out the brand new book, the book that is just out, another edition. It's called War, the After Party. Brian Gruber, we thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Steve.
All right.